guys, so I just watched the second episode of the My Hero Academia called What It Takes to Be a Hero, and oh my gosh, I'm super impressed, super hyped because this episode had like great animation and the story just took off, and that ending is what got me so hyped, okay? I was, woo, oh my gosh, right? So it starts off this episode with Katsuki and his buddies just talking, and then Katsuki just kicks this can which releases the monster that All Might caught last week, the green slime villain, and like he's just like, oh, I'm take over Katsuki's body, and we just go back to where All Might and Izuku is. And yeah, Izuku's just telling All Might his ambitions, his goals and all that, and then All Might is just like loses his powers, and then a whole bunch of steam comes out, and it's revealed to be this skinny dude, and like Izuku's like, who are you? Are you a fake? Like, what happened to All Might? And the guy's like, I'm All Might, and he's like, listen, kid, like he tells him like reality. I like this part. Like he doesn't like bullshit him with like the you can do it, follow your dreams. Like if you work hard, you can do it. Like none of that. He just goes straight to reality, and he's just like, everyone has his limits, and even I have a limit. And he shows him this wound he got 5 years ago, and Izuku's like really shocked, like no one knows about it, because like you don't want like the greatest hero to show that he has like this wound, and he says he can only fight for like 3 hours a day or something. And yeah, he tells him realistically there's a lot of responsibilities of being a pro hero. You need to risk your life, you don't have a quirk, so you're gonna die. You have limits. Like realistically, I don't think you could be a hero, is what he says to him. But he's like, you can still help people. Like, you can still be a hero by being a police, right? They do all the shitty work, like clean up and like just taking the villains in. Yeah, Izuku already knew this, but it's just so devastating, like hearing it from his hero. So he just kind of accepts it, and All Might just goes off. And then as All Might goes off, he's like, oh shoot, I dropped the can of that's holding the villain. And at the far side of the city, you see like an explosion, and Izuku's like, oh, must be another villain. I wonder what hero's gonna go. So they all move to where the explosion scene is, and All Might realizes, oh shoot, that must be, I gotta go. So it must be the time when Izuku grabs his pants, and oh shoot, the villain must have gotten away, gotta go get it. So they move to the scene. Izuku just like reading his, like looking at his notebook, and he's just like really depressed, but somehow he ended up at this scene. Like his body just really wanted to see the hero, so he unconsciously got there. And when All Might got there first, and he's just like, oh shoot, like little boy is hostage, all these hero comes back, the tree guy, the firefighter guy, the mount lady, and yeah, they can't do that much, and they're like, we need a hero to appear. Like, we need someone with a stronger quirk. And Katsuki puts up a good fight. Like, he's like, I'm not gonna let this green slime thing like take over my body. So, but the villain's like, oh, this guy has a really strong quirk. I gotta like take him. So you know at this point that Katsuki is like, he not only is he confident, but he is strong. Okay, he has some kind of powerful quirk. It's not really revealed. I assume it's some kind of fire quirk, but could be something else. And so he puts a good fight, and all the other heroes are like, good job, kid, for holding him up, okay? So yeah, All Might is just in the back like, he's just thinking he's so powerless, and he's like, oh my gosh, it's kind of embarrassing that I can't do anything in this form and stuff. And at this moment, like Izuku gets to the scene, and he's just like looking around, and he's like thinking, oh my gosh, this is the villain that All Might was getting. Like, did he escape? Was it my fault that this monster was released, and that All Might was injured, like got even more injured and wasting time, right? So he's thinking, oh shoot, it's all my fault. It's kind of all negative there. And then he sees his friend Kachan, and he's just like, forgets everything. His mind goes blank, and he's like charging in, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like what's he gonna do, right? This is the exciting part. And then yeah, he's just like not even like using his mind. He's like, oh, I can't defeat it, but let me distract the monster. He throws his backpack, and stuff like hits the monster's eye, and then he uses his stance to try to like get Kachan out of there, and then it doesn't work that well. But yeah, but All Might sees this, and he just gets this like realization, like, oh my gosh, like it doesn't matter that I'm weak, as my job as a hero is to protect people, and he just like gains this like power, and he just like goes back to his almighty strong hero form, and he just Detroit smashed that villain out of there, and I'm just like, woo, yeah. I'm just, yeah, and he's so strong. He bring the like the rain, he bring the dark clouds, okay? So strong. And yeah, after that fight, all these like reporters and stuff are like interviewing them and asking the questions and taking photos. And yeah, all the heroes are just telling Izuku like, "Oh, why'd you do that for, right? It was so reckless, impulsive, like don't do that again, okay? That was really bad." And then on the other hand, like everyone's telling Katsuki like, "Wow, you're really strong for like holding up against that monster, okay? You are worthy of being a sidekick. You want to join me, be part of my sidekick or crew and stuff." And yeah, just you could see a contrast, okay? And it's like, whoa. But Katsuki's just like angry. Okay, there's some noise in the background. So Izuku just walks home kind of sad. He's like, I didn't get a chance to say thanks to All Might, but Katsuki catches up to him and he says like, hey, you didn't help me out there. Like, I didn't need your help. I was doing good out there, okay? So he's just really like, I don't know, he's like Sasuke. He's just like, I don't want to admit that I was wrong, but it's kind of his way of saying thank you, but not really. He's just like, I could have done it without you, okay? I don't want to owe you anything, okay? This means like nothing. So he walks off. And I'm just thinking, oh, that's kind of nice. He's just like a friend turned rival kind of thing. Out of nowhere, All Might appears and he's just like, oh yeah. And then he deflates to his skinny form. And then he's like just telling Izuku, like, thank you, kid, for what you did out there, okay? Like, if you didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to realize, like, it doesn't matter if you're weak or stuff. As a hero, you should be able to risk everything you have to save people, and you do it with a smile. Yeah, like you have what it takes to be a pro hero. You didn't care that you were quirkless. It's because you were quirkless that All Might, was able to realize that all it takes for me is to like save people, risk my life too, okay? So, yeah, he's just like saying, I now believe that you can be a hero. And this just like totally makes Izuku happy. He thinks back to what his mom has said, and he totally wished she told him that he could be a hero, and now his hero, the greatest hero of all time, All Might, has told him, you can do it. And then we get to the end, and then that sunset looked gorgeous. Okay, it's just like red orange, kind of nice scenery, and he's just crying there, tears of great happiness. And then he says it like, this is the story of how I become the greatest hero of all time. And I'm just taken aback. I'm just like, what? I like, this is like told from like, this is a story. It's like an autobiography of his life. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's, yeah, you already know, it's confirmed that he already became the greatest hero. He's just telling you how he got there, right? So I'm just so like amazed. And yeah, you go to his notebook and like it says something like, I want to be as cool and strong as All Might. And yeah, that nice ending theme. And then we get to the preview and you learn that All Might is gonna give him his quirk. I'm just thinking, how does he give him his quirk? I know he's training, right? He's training as hard as he can, moving stuff and just, yeah. I'm just like so impressed. It's just like, I like this journey. It's kind of has this Naruto feel now. Like, you know, he wants to be the greatest hero, not just like any hero. And I don't know, it just gets me so excited. I might just go read the first chapter just to compare, but I'm just so hyped right now. It was a great episode. I can't wait for episode 3, and just so good, all of it, that ending. Okay, thanks guys, peace.